One thing that always strikes me strange about that day was that it was 7 o'clock in the morning. We were watching the weather, and the weatherman said, he said the conditions out here in the Oklahoma, Texas area, panhandle out here is really conducive to some enormous storms. And that was 7 o'clock in the morning. Hello, I'm Lonnie McCollum. I'm a former resident of Greensburg. I've worked around those things so much that, you know, they've never really bothered me all that much. But my wife was really getting nervous, and she kept talking to me about, you know, what are we going to do, you know?
Your time is up. You need to be in your shelter right now. It is 9:47, and the arrival time at the very latest will be 9:50.
Obviously, the storms were rolling in. We heard the tornado warnings, went down to our basement. Like everybody else, we rode it out, went upstairs, looked at the top of my house, and saw my whole first level gone. But had no idea, you know, the whole town was gone. I'm Steve Hewitt. I'm the city administrator for Greensburg, Kansas. What's good for Greensburg can be, to me, a start of how rural America accepts green. What we have to do, we have a responsibility to take this community and set a trend for rural America. So what we've done is the City Council passed a resolution that every facility, building it builds, it will build the highest level of green you can go.
It went down like a dose of castor oil at first. I know there was some comments made, well, I don't care about insulation, I just want a roof over my head. But that doesn't work out long term with what you know, what the world's going to be in 25 or less time than that, 10 years.
We are the typical community in rural America. And if we can't do it, how can you expect these other communities in rural America to get it done? With the cost of fuel and the cost of energy in some areas and the struggle of our environment, building better buildings is important for our kids, for our future, for our businesses, for our town.
I really hadn't talked about it with anybody. It just really, I mean, my wife, and when I read to her the first line from the concept paper, which was saying, you know, what if we turn this tragedy into something really beautiful, she burst into tears. Hello, I'm Daniel Wallach, Executive Director of Greensburg Greentown. Greensburg Greentown is a private nonprofit that's rooted in the community with a community board. The nonprofit provides information to those outside the community that want information on the Green Initiative. It provides information and resources to those inside Greensburg who are interested in the Green Initiative. We distribute products like the toilets that were donated and the shower heads, and just basic information when they're rebuilding, so everybody doesn't have to do research from scratch. We can do the research and distribute it to the 500 residents that need it, or the 100 businesses that need it. So it's really, our organization is all about resource conservation and wise use of those resources.
Just talked to Dave about the City Hall funding.
USDA? And?
At least $500,000.
About a year ago, I just probably made some comment about a tree hugger or something. But I'm Kim Aldifer, and I'm the Recovery Coordinator and the Assistant City Administrator for the City of Greensburg. It's kind of the Midwest mentality to be good stewards of what you're given and to take care of the land that you're given anyway, and it all kind of fit together.
There are many success stories in Greensburg, but this is one of the best, because John Deere in rural America is a cultural icon, very well respected. And they have a huge economic impact on the community, and of course everywhere you go you see green and white tractors.
We're going to have a highly efficient plant when we're finished here. I'm Mike Estes, co-owner of BTI Greensburg. Our site, previous site I should say, was destroyed by the tornado on May 4th. It was the largest claim in our insurance carrier's history. Well, personally, I believe that building back green as the town of Greensburg and the community of Greensburg is a critical factor to our regrowth, if you will. Green is an excellent way to build. It's kind of like if you could start all over from scratch, how would you rebuild an entire community? Green is the thing that makes the most sense because of these days of energy, the energy crunch that's going on, and the high prices of fuels. it makes common sense to let's go in here with a green build and take care of it. We looked at that as a business and said, you know what, that makes sense as a business to build that way also. We can support the city and at the same time build a model green dealership. Obviously we're green being John Deere anyway, but we can be a green dealer here and kind of pave the way, if you will, for a new generation of dealers of tomorrow. But that's something that I think we need to continue to market, if you will. We want to draw new industries here. I think it makes sense to draw green industries here. People can come in and manufacture green homes and green components for homes.
So it's economic development, and it's just an example of that synergy. Green and sustainability is not a club. It's not an elitist inside-outside movement. It's not all or nothing. We love those businesses and residences that are showcasing all the best, but that's not realistic for everybody. And instead of alienating those that feel like, well, if we can't be as good as they are, we're not part of the group. We want everybody to feel included. And as soon as somebody's participating, it increases the chances greatly that they're going to want more and more of it.
Learning about all this stuff has very much opened my eyes. My name is Alexis Fleener and I'm a sophomore at Greensburg High School. You know, the idea of passing it on, pay it forward. I'm really interested in teaching other people different ways that you can make your city booming again, make it more energy efficient, save money, and attract tourists like we have with the green movement.
The city has to operate like any other business. Business-minded, thinking about investments, thinking about return on investments. And by doing that, we're in a better position financially to do the things that help us to exceed our growth and to grow in the future and be more prosperous. I've got 4 to 5 businesses actually talking to us about green industrial economics in this community. And that is that's jobs, that's future jobs, that's professional jobs, that's green collar jobs. That's important.